when living your life the way you choose to inside a relationship becomes a threat, but your partner lives their life the way they choose to in the same relationship and it's not a threat, and it's your partner who gets to decide what is the problem in that relationship and what is the solution to that problem. You don't get to have a say in that. And they're saying that the problem in that relationship is you living your life the way you choose to live it. And so the solution is for you to stop doing that. And because you don't know what you're doing with your life, then your partner requires you to give up your control for most of your life to them, because they know what's good for you. They know who is good for you. And so you need to relinquish your sense of autonomy to them to be able to tell you how to behave, how to think, how to speak, so that it can save the relationship, so that it can repair what's broken in the relationship. And it's really critical that a person sees what's happening when it's happening in the relationship. But a lot of people are not able to see it because it doesn't happen the way I'm talking about it. It might happen in the way that this partner expresses their disappointment for not picking their call when you are with your friends, even after you told your partner you're going to hang out with your friends. It comes as annoyance for the way your family comes to visit or the way they behave. And so it will come in different aspects of the relationship. And when a person is aware that something might be wrong, they might lack the language to articulate it as clearly. And maybe this is the point when you're feeling conflicted that you come to therapy to try and gain clarity on what's going on. Because if you do come to therapy and we're dealing with this case and we're trying to understand why would your partner complain about these things and what do you have to complain about your partner, and we start noticing that when it comes to your partner, the stories that your partner has shared about the different relationships they're in or they've been in, there's a pattern there. Your partner has found it difficult to accommodate people in the relationship. Your partner finds it difficult to make room for people to be themselves in that relationship, in those relationships. And so this would be your partner struggling with their family members, their parents, their siblings, their friends, their colleagues, their neighbors. They find it really hard because when someone is trying to be themselves with your partner, they can't handle that. And they expect the other person that they're in a relationship with to make things better for them. And so in all of the stories you've heard about your partner, there's never been a point where your partner acknowledged the need to compromise in a relationship, but they've always talked about how the other person has to compromise. And so your partner asking you to give up control over your life means your partner is asking you to sacrifice yourself to save the relationship, to lose yourself to save the relationship. And a lot of people might look at this and see that, oh yes, I've annoyed you, I've disappointed you so many times, I'm sorry, and I don't want to keep hurting you. And so some people might see the point in changing themselves, in giving that control to their partner to make things better. And they might look at it as compromise. But you see, compromise it both ways. I do something for you, you do something for me. You allow me to be something, I allow you to be something. But your partner demanding you to give up control of your life to them, that is a sacrifice. It's one way. And so once you see the pattern that your partner has struggled in these relationships because your partner doesn't accommodate, and then now we look at you and I ask you, okay, are there things that your partner does to annoy you? And when you reflect thoroughly, you realize that yes, there have been. There are times when he or she does something and I get annoyed, but then I rationalize it as that's how they are, and I want them to be comfortable to be who they are in this relationship. And so I rise above the disappointment, the annoyance, I make myself feel better from that annoyance to make room for them in this relationship to be who they are. And so in most cases, I don't have to voice anything to them. I just allow them to be in this relationship. And we also look at your pattern and realize, oh, you're very accommodative in the different relationships that you're in. And so that's very healthy. And being able to see that the demand your partner is making is unrealistic, illogical, irrational, then that allows you to make a logical decision. That allows you to say, I am making the compromises in this relationship by allowing my partner to be how he or she wants to be, but my partner is not willing to make compromises for me, is not willing to make room for me in their life, and not just me, but in other relationships as well. So my partner needs to do a lot of work. And in this case, if you're very sober and you think through this rationally and seriously, then you might realize this is a problem that your partner needs to deal with on their own. And whether or not you decide to be in the relationship or to leave is up to you. But in the session, it's about giving you the clarity, the precision in what is happening in that relationship to empower you to make the right decision.